Hey, it's your boy the Crypto Goon, and shout out to all my crypto goons for pulling up once again. Let's get right into it. Now, this chart that we're looking at is called Maple Finance, and the symbol is SERP. Okay. So before we get into the chart, I want to show you all something. I want to kind of explain this because there's a lot to unpack here. And this coin is trending on CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap, as well as Google YouTube Trends that I always talk about. It's something that you all should pay attention to, especially when it comes to investing in cryptocurrency. Now, currently, this is 40 cents. This is part of the reason why it is so popular because it's cheap. But let me explain a few things. Now, let me go to the top. So let me just say this. 87% of people are bullish on Maple Finance. That is out of 18,700 votes. But I don't think people actually looked as close into this thing as they should have. Now, let me hop over to the website and I'm going to explain several things. Now, the whole point of Maple is to give credit to larger institutions, your hedge funds, your private equity firms, and any other firms that actually, need or borrow money to invest in cryptocurrencies, whether that's long and short. Now, what they do is they allow firms to collateralize, meaning, hey, if you hold Bitcoin, we'll give you money, and use your Bitcoin as collateral. Okay. They actually have a tweet that actually explains this. Okay. Now, I'll put the link to their website and this tweet in the description for you to check out. But there's several things that I want to point out here. Now, Maple offers institutionally underwritten credit products delivered through an on-chain infrastructure. Their core business today is offering fixed rate, over collateralized loans to borrowers like market makers, trading firms, and crypto native funds. Okay. The keyword market maker. Okay. People that make the market. This is a very known term in the Forex market. So essentially, they are giving firms power to make, not just make, but also manipulate the cryptocurrency market. Okay. And I will further explain and show the proof of this. You have to be careful. Okay. Now they go on to talk about how generally, the borrowing on the blockchain has poor underwriting and, concentrated counterparty risk and fraud. But they're saying, hey, we're doing it a different way. We're a lender and we will allow people to collateralize their Bitcoin, their Ethereum, and their Solana. Okay, as you can see here. And the platforms handle underwriting, custody, and collateral management, typically with liquidation rights in the event of default. Okay. Now their loans go up to 120 to 170% of the collateral given, whether that's Bitcoin or Ethereum. All right. Just to name a few. Now, I'm not going to go too deep into this. I'll let you all read this, but there's something that I want to also point out, right? So if we go down and look at who owns the majority of this, right? The top 10% owns 67% of Maple. So if you look here, the highest holder has $468 million, followed by the second person with 76, 60, 59, 28, and so on, right? So you have a lot of whales in this, majority whales, right? And obviously they're a lending platform, so you should pretty much expect that. But here's the thing. When investing in a coin like this, and I had people leave comments talking about this, you are pretty much giving them your money to bet against you. Now, one thing that is sexy that they have is the APY, right? Where if you want to earn money. So blue chip, 6.9 APY, high yield, 8.7, Bitcoin yield, 4 to 6%, and SERP USDC, 6.5% APY. So that is, pretty sexy to investors. Now, the amount of money that they have lended out is 7.22 billion, 100 plus borrowers, 400 plus loans issued, and their funding time to these institutions is 24 hours. Okay. Now, onto the chart. So if you look at this, when this first came out in 2024 of November, you had a lot of hype, right? Like you see this long wick and this long candle. Well, pretty much a bunch of whales got paid, okay? Because the way that this looks, you can obviously tell that a whale liquidated some or all of their position, causing it to go from $1.75 all the way down to 21 cents. So a lot of people lost money. If you actually come over here to the Google Trends chart, where I talk about how you can spot what's the next big cryptocurrency, which cryptocurrencies are about to reach their top, which ones are at their bottom, based on the search volume. You can see here in November that this is when it reached the top. Now, that candle is here. And I was talking about this with Zebek Network and some of these other newer cryptocurrencies that have hype behind them, is you can tell when it reaches the top based off of the search volume on YouTube Trends or Google Trends for that matter, right? Just by searching Maple Finance. Now, here's the thing. Just analyzing this chart. Is this something that I would get in right now? No. You know, I love to use the Fibonacci, and just using the Fibonacci on this chart, I normally go from the low to the high when I'm looking for a buy entry. However, this particular crypto is on a downtrend. They tried to get retail investors like me and you interested in this, but retail investors did not bite. Okay. So in this instance, I will be using the Fibonacci the reverse way, going from the top to the bottom instead of the bottom to the top. The reason being, I'm looking for an area for it to turn around and go lower. Okay. So as you can see, in most cryptocurrencies, the 50% retracement is the reverse point. And then there are the 10% where we will hit the 618. So as you can see here, we came to the 50 and it rejected. Okay. So essentially, I'm looking for this cryptocurrency to come back down here to the lows or even further, depending on, any other whales that liquidate their position. And of course, I come down here, hit the reverse. And as you can see here, I love the 141. The 141 is 2 cents. So the only way that I would put money into this is if it is anywhere between these lows and down here. So I know that this thing is trending, but I just want to show you all that you could be getting tricked out of position. Number one, this institution this cryptocurrency is designed to give money to big players to bet against you. And other retail traders aren't really biting on this, although it is really cheap and inexpensive. So if you're somebody that shorts the market, this could possibly be a good play for you. But as someone, that's trying to make quick money or do a day trade or do, a short-term swing trade, personally, I would wait until, or at the least, 2 cents is a good buy price on this. But again, it's something that I'll keep an eye on. It's something that's different. A lot of cryptocurrencies are looking to make people's lives better, but this one in particular does not have a technology that will make your life better. But I'm interested in hearing what you all think down in the comments. And again, it's the number one, never the two. Crypto Goon. I appreciate all my goons for pulling up. Crypto Goon out.